I'm about to show you 8 tech products from Temu like iPhones, AirPods, Apple Watches, and so much more. Plus, I'm gonna show you which ones you should and should not buy. So let's start with the cheapest product and work our way all the way up to the iPhone 15 knockoff. Okay, so this is the $1 AirTag, and it is absolutely horrible. Do not buy it, because when you connect it to the app or whatever they have, there's no security on that app, and there's no really good way of figuring out where it is. So for those reasons, $1 AirTag, worthless. Now on the other hand, this is the Apple Pencil, and I am blown away by this product because it works really well for 3 major reasons. A, it connects to your iPad via Bluetooth and does what an Apple Pencil is supposed to do. B, it charges with USB-C just like Apple's new Apple Pencil that they just released, so that's great because that's what the iPad charges on. And C is that it magnets on the side of the iPad, and it also has a great battery life. Now, this is not the same thing as the real Apple Pencil, as the real Apple Pencil is made of a lot more premium materials, and there's a lot more thought going into the pencil. Plus, it has an amazing Apple ecosystem connection stuff. This does not have that. But it's still a great product, and for $8, I will definitely recommend this to several people. Next up, we have the $8 AirPod Pros, and these things look indistinguishable from the real AirPods. I have handed people the real AirPods and these, and they cannot tell which one is which. But how do these actually work? And they do not connect to the iPhone the same way that the real AirPod Pros do, but they do connect with Bluetooth to any device, which is really cool. And I was blown away by the sound quality of these earbuds, only costing $8. Now, with that being said, the real AirPod Pros are a lot better, but I am impressed. But the problem is the longevity of these AirPods. My friend had one of these and it broke internally when he dropped it, and I would really not recommend these for that reason unless you have $8 and you're looking for a wireless pair of earphones and you want them to look like AirPods. And if you're enjoying this video, I would absolutely love it if you went down and hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do so, and I post a bunch of videos about tech, so come on, join the Jam Tech community, hit that subscribe button, and now let's move on to a little bit more of an interesting product. Okay, but how is a $13 GoPro from Temu? Well, besides it looking like a GoPro Hero 3, there is 3 reasons why I would not buy it. First, it feels like it is made out of nothing. It's super light, the screen is not touchscreen, it just feels horrible. It does not feel anything like a GoPro. I haven't even dropped this and it has a bunch of scratches on the screen, and it's like the battery door is already broken before I even got it. It just feels absolutely horrible. The second reason is the battery life is absolutely, I don't even know if we call it a battery in here. And just to show you what I mean here, unplugging this off the charger, so this is unplugging it, turning this thing on. And you can see the battery percentage right there already dropped. And we're recording, watching the battery percentage already dropped from full bars. Now it's 1 bar, already dropped. This is real time, just recording from this thing. We already have 1 bar of battery, and I literally just unplugged it. The third reason is that the image quality is absolutely horrible. Here's a comparative to the GoPro Hero 11 or 12, I forget which one, and I don't think I need to continue this. This thing is garbage, do not buy it. Now we come to the $4 Apple Watch, and this is nothing like the Apple Watch Ultra, which we're about to test out, but this thing is terrible for 3 major reasons. First, these bands do not lock in, they just slide out, and when you do this about 5 or 6 times, pretty soon your watch will start falling off. Second thing, you have to bring this around everywhere to charge it, and you have to like plug it in here, and then it's horrible. Yeah, horrible. And finally, the operating system on this, it feels like it's from 10 years ago. It's like, the screen barely works. Yeah, would not recommend this at all. But this is where it gets crazy, because this is an $8 fake Apple Watch Ultra, and it has blown me away for 3 major reasons. First, these bands have a proper locking in and out system, which just feels really, really nice. And that's like the first thing I look for in a fake Apple product. Secondly, the design. This thing, it looks exactly like an Apple Watch Ultra. Its display is nice and big, and it also is made out of a high quality metal, which I cannot believe they're able to make this for $8. The third reason is the operating system. This is not an Apple Watch, but it is better than the $4 one we just saw. And I mean, the operating system, it does run slow, but it's, what am I doing here? but it is running a little bit smoother than I would like expect from a fake Apple product. And for $8, who is this for? Well, I would recommend this to someone who wants a watch that tells time. They don't want some fancy watch, but they like the look of an Apple Watch Ultra and they have $8. Great option. I like this watch, kind of. And it also charges with like a normal Apple Watch looking puck, which is super cool. Yeah, I think I was supposed to say that earlier, but whatever. Okay, but now it's time to talk about the two most popular smartphones. Well, I don't actually know that, but I'm just saying that. And let's start with the one that kind of failed before we get to the really cool one. And the one that failed is the iPhone 15. This is not an iPhone at all. It's a flip phone. Okay, but about the phone itself, it does fully work. It has a flashlight. It has USB-C, it has a headphone jack, it has pretty decent speakers, which I found that out. And it also has like this weird little screen up here, which kind of works. One of these cameras is real, the rest are fake. But it's a flip phone. I can't recommend anyone a flip phone in 2023, so for that reason, it's garbage. Okay, but it is time to show you my favorite tech product from Temu, the Mini S23 Ultra that only costs $35. And there are 3 things you need to know about this smartphone. First, this is a fully working smartphone. So it has a full version of Android. I think it's Android 8 on here, and it works really well. It has a camera on the front here and a camera on the back. Now, the rest of these cameras are fake, but there is one that's real, and it also has a flashlight. They also have the full range of buttons and USB-C. So it's a full-fledged smartphone. There's nothing about this that's not a smartphone. However, with that being said, the second thing that you need to know about this device is not so good. And that's that it is an older version of Android, and because the screen is so small, again, it's not that small for the size of the device, but the screen is small because the phone's small, and the whole UI system is kind of condensed, so it's hard to push individual buttons. So it's kind of a little bit of a problem, and downloading apps, I don't really know how many apps you can actually download, and when I was trying to download a couple, it wasn't really working. So something to keep in mind. But who on earth would I recommend to get this S23 Ultra? And I would say there's 2 different types of people. First, someone who just wants a super cool little S23 Ultra and they have $35 to spend. And someone who is looking for maybe their first phone, they have $35 and it's like a kid, because this would be perfect for a kid with little tiny fingers. Oh yes, and this does have a SIM card, so you could put a any plan you want on this, including my partners over at Mint Mobile. They have phone plans starting at just $15 a month, and unlike most carriers where they get you hooked into some deal and then they start charging you a bunch of extra money for different things, this does not charge you anything. It's prepaid, and that's it. Plus, the biggest perk, this is the biggest perk to Mint Mobile. Let's say you have a phone plan, right? You run out of your data. Well, normally you get a bunch of fees. With Mint Mobile, you have unlimited slow data. This is the best feature of Mint Mobile, and if you're interested in signing up, make sure you use those links down in the description below to do so, because I get a small little portion of that, which helps support this channel.